Hello, welcome to Manama, Bahrain. I'm currently standing in a city garden that we have put together over the course of about a month, 2 months. It's been a bit longer than that with the fall work as well. And come have a look. So what we've done through this garden is we've made quite an organic form shape and put food forest all around. So these interlocking tiles, they take in the water down underneath, so there's no sheet flow and stagnant water sitting in places to evaporate. And every so often there's little keyhole gardens. What we've done in these parts of the gravel is we've got parts where the water can soak into the ground, and also where water can be carried underneath. We put these plastic sheets with gravel and permeable sheet on top for soil to sit on top, where we can plant vegetables, and it acts like a wicking bed. Now this is our actual wicking bed. We've got an area where we can put water down into gravel. That pipe right there is what we'll use to put water down into a reservoir underneath. Then this sheet separates the gravel between our soil. Now we'll fill up our soil, and then on top put a little bit of cardboard and some mulch. And then the water will wick up and stay in the soil underneath without making it go anaerobic, without rotting the soil. Here will be our worm farm, so we'll top this up with food scraps. It'll have red regular worms inside, which will break down our organic matter and turn it into compost, making it bioavailable to our plants. Now in here is the food forest. Initially we set up a sprinkler system so that the water goes over the top of the plants that we're growing, just to give it a quick boost in the decomposition, because all these dry leaves that you're standing on right now, all these dry leaves all around here, in this climate they will take a long time to break down because of lack of water. But if we use this water in times of the day when it's not going to evaporate, this water can seep down underneath, sit underneath the leaves, and be used to keep the microbial populations alive and active, breaking down the organic matter and speeding up the process so that we can cut the water supply quicker. These drip irrigation systems are going to be for our vegetables. We'll have vegetables all along the edges, and then a mulberry archway going over the top with vines, pumpkins and things hanging down, so that while we go through, the vegetables have shade and we have shade. In here is the beginnings of a banana circle, where we have our excess water coming through to. Come here, I'll show you something interesting. So all these pipes weren't here before we got here. These pipes and these pipes, they're all coming from kitchens, from bathrooms, from laundries, from houses. Running along. We cut them off. We stopped them from going down the manhole. We stopped them from going down here, when we were losing the water. See that pipe that's been cut there? These pipes, they've been cut so that we don't lose our water supply anymore. So we've cut them off, stopped them from going down into there, and instead redirected them so they come into here instead, and they can help us create a lusher garden with less water use. So we can cut down the water bill, we can cut down the water use, and we can make our gardens more lush. So that water from those kitchens goes into this banana circle. The bananas are hungry enough that they can just take up the excess nutrient and use the water, and they digest this organic matter that we put in here. It's about 1.5 meters deep at Davinder.
Yeah.
Davinder dug. Beautiful effort, and Suneel. Incredible job. Now all through here we planted cover crops to try and cover the ground as quickly as possible. We did alfalfa, our quick first cover crop that came up through, and now we've got our long-term cover crop, Singapore daisy, starting to emerge out underneath. We've also got another long-term cover crop that's edible by human beings. It's sea purslane. Now sea purslane is quite delicious, quite salty. It's like salty cucumber. It's really quite yum. We've got papayas that are heavy water feeders. We've got pineapples, got pumpkins, we've got mint, we've got all sorts of high water requiring plants, as well as some dry land plants that are just going to get that boost from the extra water. Now, this is the system that that's really quite interesting, I think. Let's go to where it starts. So the water we've redirected from the whole house comes in through this pipe into here. And we have a grease trap. Now this grease trap separates the grease, separates the solids, so that the grease floats on top of the water. The clean water is taken out from in between, and the solids are left to sit down the bottom. We have to empty that periodically or it gets built up. Then it enters into this bathtub. This bathtub is the first bathtub with reeds or aquatic plants that take out the nutrient. So they convert all the excess nutrient into biological material that we can chop and drop and put onto our garden and start the process of cleaning the water, of making the water aerobic. Now this in here, this is papyrus, umbrella reed, and it's giving us our first boost, our next bit of help. So it goes through this reed bed, it's forced to go through all these angles, then it comes out here and it goes under a pipe, under there. Now come through. Through this pipe the water now enters. This pond is obviously not finished. Through this pipe the water enters, and then it will go through another reed bed section. This will be filled with gravel, reeds, aquatic plants, and then it'll go through a sand section. We'll go through sand filter with aquatic plants, planted in between as well, and then it will go into a clean open water system with a tree over the top. This tree will most likely be a mulberry, drop water for omnivorous or vegetarian fish, or grubs for carnivorous fish. And there we can grow just a little bit of fish and lots of sea vegetables all around the edge. Now through here we have a date palm overstory giving us the shade from the 50-degree heat in summer. These date palms going up over the top. We have another long-term ground cover planted by Davinder. Those are sweet potatoes. We have more sea purslane. We have one of our good old nitrogen-fixing companions, a support species, Acacia. In here we have finger lime. Over there we have tamarind. There's pea apple. Here's star fruit. Here's another big date palm that got lifted in. Some sweet potato all around it. And there's a little guava, Albizia lebet. Here's one of our planters. It's got vegetables coming up inside. Now this one was a bit ambitious, and I'm curious to see how it goes in the 50-degree summer heat. We have sunflowers, pumpkins, beans, eggplant, tomato, rosella. What else do we have?
Sugarcane.
Sugarcane, very nice. Alfalfa, squash, bitter gourd, all sorts of plants planted in between here. There's Cassia fistula. There's Suneel. Suneel's been incredible. Loads and loads and loads of work, loads and loads and loads of help.
Red beans.
Oh yeah, beans as well.
Yeah, so beans is grown. And pumpkin, lot of seed coming.
A lot of.
Yeah. Also some of corn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there it is.
Yeah, look, you can see it in the corn plant.
And this was my first time meeting this tree, coming over here. I didn't know this existed until I came. This is a type of ziziphus.
Yeah.
It's called canard.
Yeah, it's growing very well.
Yeah, it's going very well.
Yeah.
So we can see in the not too distant future, we're going to have an abundance of biological material, an abundance of green in the middle of the desert.
This is for curry leaves.
Yeah, curry leaves.
Yeah, and for vegetables, plants, everything is done. This is a blueberry for Irani.
Blueberry.
Yeah. This is again alfalfa and a blueberry.
Yeah. Here, this is one of the more versatile plants. You know that they find this all over the world. This one they can grow in Denmark.
Yeah.
They can grow in very, very cold country. They can grow in very, very wet country in the tropics.
Yeah.
And they can grow in very, very dry country. So they can find it all over the place.
Yeah.
You see that? This is the mulberry.
Yeah, some
Mulberry, Chatut mulberry. But
Yeah.
they call it blueberry.
Blueberry,
Okay.
they call it for blueberry.
I think it's just a
Yeah,
typo.
Omani red.
And then we've
Okay.
got squash in
Yeah.
between as well.
Okay, Sam?
Yeah.
Finish?
Yeah.